Some viewers have been asking, why did I quit working in the woods? What happened to the chainsaw videos? What happened to the cutting trees down videos? Yarding logs with the tractor, the sawmill, forest management. We liked those videos. Why did you quit? It's like all you've been doing lately is prancing around out in the prairie at the ranch, playing in the water, playing with your game cameras, doing silly things like making homes out of shipping containers, traveling to places like Maine. It's like you've become one of those YouTubers who doesn't actually do any work anymore. Why? Why did you quit working in the woods? Well, I'll tell you why. It's because I've been busy doing things like prancing around out in the prairie, playing in the water, playing with my game cameras, doing silly things like building shipping container homes, traveling to places like Idaho and Maine, and acting like one of those YouTubers who just doesn't do any work anymore. What did you think the reason was? Okay, I'll tell you the real reason why I quit working in the woods. Back in June, the weather got hot, we went into wildfire season, which eventually got up to extreme levels. That is a good time of the year to not be working out in the woods, partly because of the heat, the dust, but mainly the risk of sparking a wildfire. With the lack of demand for wood products like building materials, particularly the type of wood I have, Douglas fir, log prices have been rather lousy lately, or at least not good enough to motivate me to want to sell them. The timber industry has been a boom and bust industry ever since I've known it. Hello, dear. Especially our West Coast softwood industry, which can be dependent on interest rates, home buyer sentiment, home builder sentiment, the general economy, things that can fluctuate, and our industry seems to wildly ride along with it sometimes. If you're going to be in the timber industry, my recommendation is to be positioned to take advantage of things when things are good, and when things are not so good, have other things to do. The nice thing about timber is, if the market is not great, you can just leave it alone, let it continue to grow. As long as you don't have a catastrophic catastrophe, like wildfire, a bad bug infestation, the trees will still be there, ready to harvest when the market is good. It's not a whole lot of fun to struggle to sell your wood during a poor market and not get a good price for your timber, just like the deer. They're going through tough times. After months all summer of having no rain, the green things they like to eat on the ground, a lot of them have dried up. Food becomes scarce. But now, this time of year, when the acorns start falling, it's happy times for the deer. Just like the timber industry, the deer go through a boom and bust cycle too. I'm not sure if that has anything to do with what I was talking about, but I saw the deer and wanted to talk about the deer. So that's what I did. That was a really long-winded way of saying I haven't been working out in the woods here because of all of that. I went to the ranch this summer where it is cooler in the summer and wildfire danger isn't as big of a thing, but I didn't have any projects to do at the ranch. Like last year, I had that big white fir on the mountain that I cut up for my dad so he could cut it up on his sawmill and sell it in his small lumber yard over at the coast. And it made good video for me, some of it which I have played over and over and over and over again to a ridiculous level. Which is okay because that never gets old. And at my property over at the coast, unlike a couple years ago, there weren't any big blowdowns, nothing pressing I needed to do over there. So under current market conditions, just let the trees grow. There are things I could have done over there, but that brings us to the real reason why I haven't been working in the woods lately. And that's because I don't wanna, at least not this summer. And now I'm back at this place, which some viewers are confused about. They think my property here is the same as the family ranch, which is way far away, hours and hours away from here. It's not the same. And guess what we got here? Rain, a good amount of rain. Look, there's water on that leaf. They haven't put an end to wildfire season here yet, but they dropped it from extreme down to low, which means we can do pretty much anything now, except for open and barrel burning. We can't do that yet, but now that fire season is down to low, I have a project to start working on out in the woods. My main winter access road is getting really bad. It's getting these big potholes in it, getting bad ruts. I don't know if you can tell on camera, unless I step in it. This part down here is really bad. This is not due to a lack of maintenance. This is due to a poorly designed road, or I should say a road that was not designed for wet weather use, that has been used for wet weather use for the last few years, mostly because of drainage, and it just doesn't have the rock on it that it should. And now, because of that, the road is breaking. Hopefully, if things work out soon, we'll have a special guest on the channel who's going to be coming out here to fix this. Before that happens, I need to clean up the trees along the road here so we can get some dump trucks up here. Truck drivers tend to get a little bit mad sometimes when you have them drive their truck through trees and brush and things that start ripping their mirrors and other truck parts off. So we're going to do some cleanup down here, make plenty of room for them. This fir tree needs to go. We're going to put a drainage ditch along here to drain water off the road, which means the stump needs to go. Instead of trying to dig the stump out, it's going to be easier just to leave the tree whole so it can be pushed over with equipment. That way we can get into it up high, get some leverage to push it over, stump and all. We can definitely get a dump truck through here now. When this fir comes out, there'll be plenty of room in here. Might end up taking these two out too, but we might not need to. We'll clean up the next stretch another day because it's starting to rain. Looks like it's going to get really wet here soon. Well, there you have it, some working in the woods with chainsaws. I don't know if this really counts as working in the woods, but it is working in the woods, so there you have it.